Wednesday morning to you, everyone. We are coming up on 10:45 on this morning, and we are joining you with an update on a breaking news alert that we have been following for you since late yesterday evening. Some very sad news coming in from Martin County, Kentucky, where we have learned from the sheriff that one of the workers trapped in all of that rubble at an old coal prep plant has now died, and the search for this worker and another all started at about 6:30 yesterday evening. Officials saying they were getting calls about a collapse at an idled coal prep plant in the county, telling us that two workers were there trying to clear out some of the equipment when that building collapsed. We have learned from emergency crews that have responded to this that the rubble, I mean, we're talking about 11 floors that collapsed in on them. They were on the bottom floor of this building when this all happened, and crews have been trying to work throughout the night to get to those two workers. So far, they have yet been able to reach them. At one point had communication with one of these workers throughout the night, but we have learned that person has now died. So at this point, they have not been able to get to them. I mean, this is a massive amount of debris that has just piled in on these two. At this point, we can tell you the family of this person has been notified. They have not yet made contact with the other worker inside all of this. And just moments ago, Governor Andy Beshear did release a statement about this, saying that Kentucky, we have some tough news out of Martin County to share. At least one of those workers trapped has died. We'll get to more of that in just a moment, but we want to get to our reporter, Alex Jackson, that is on the scene for us. He's been there for us throughout the morning. Alex, if you don't mind, set the scene for our viewers. I know you're a little bit away from where this scene is, where crews are working. Tell everyone where you are and what you've learned. I know you did have a chance to speak with the sheriff about this.
Yeah, we didn't. It's been a very busy morning here for crews as this search has continued throughout the day, starting last night. Now, we're just off Wolf Creek Road in Martin County, Kentucky, and that's, not super far away from where this building happened. We're not allowed to go any further than this, though. We've been blocked out, but we can tell you throughout the morning, crews from Lexington, Louisville, just all kinds of huge fire trucks, rescue crews coming in through this area throughout the day, trying to work and rescue these two gentlemen that were inside of this building. But we can tell you, unfortunately, that one of those gentlemen has passed away in this rubble. He was the one that they were in contact with throughout the evening yesterday, and they said that he died today. They have still not been able to make contact with the other person who was inside the building, but they said they have notified both of the families of the individuals involved in this, and he said that this is just a scene that is really unbelievable. Now, we have not been able to get any pictures or any images or videos of the collapse because we've not been able to get back there, but he has compared it to the World Trade Center, saying that just 11 stories all of a sudden collapsing on top of these guys. You can just imagine what kind of destruction that has caused, and it's really just been a day full of crews coming in and responding. They brought in search dogs and really all hands on deck trying to help save these two men inside, but unfortunately one of those men dying this morning.
Alex, certainly not the news that these rescue crews were hoping for, but as they've told you, there's still work to do because they're still trying to get to these two. But as you heard Alex say, I mean, this is a ton of debris and concrete material that has collapsed in around them. An 11-story building that caved in while these two workers were in there. They were trying to prep this building for demolition, trying to salvage some of the equipment inside. We're told that was the reason as to why they were there. And this video is scene video from this morning. Alex and our videographer, they've been there throughout the morning, and you can see, I mean, this is a massive amount of rescue teams that have gone in there. As you heard Alex say, the governor making this a state of emergency so that they could release those state resources and bring in crews from all over. We're talking about Jefferson County Urban Search and Rescue, the Lexington Fire Department bringing in its Special Operations Unit, the National Guard sending in a team and a search dog. Kentucky Technical Rescue Team out of Northern Kentucky. This is an all-hands-on-deck mission at this point, and this statement just released within the last few minutes from Kentucky's Governor Andy Beshear. He released this statement saying, "I've signed an executive order declaring a state of emergency in Martin County following the collapse of that coal prep plant. That order mobilizing state resources to help Kentucky. Please join Brittany and me in praying for their safety and for the brave teams that are working to rescue them." We'll share more information as available. Of course, that statement, though, released just before he received word that one of those workers has now been confirmed dead in this collapse at this old coal prep plant in Martin County. And it's just a certainly a sad situation. It was not what they were hoping for, because they did make contact with this person, but said that at some point they lost contact with them and have been able to confirm this person has died. But this is a massive response that is taking place because of just the sheer magnitude of the building that we're talking about here. 11 stories that have collapsed in on these two workers, and we've learned that they were on the bottom floor of this, so it's just a bunch of concrete and a mess of debris that they're trying to sort through to get to them to hopefully get some closure for the families. But we have learned that the worker that has passed, that is confirmed dead, they've made contact with their family, and they have learned this sad news this morning. We've also learned from our crews there that they're trying to take care of all the family and the friends that are showing up to the scene, obviously wanting answers to know what happened to their loved ones. And so a nearby warming station has been set up. It's at Nuff Ranch Church in Pilgrim, but they are taking donations, food and drinks for the families, also for the workers. This is a really tough day for them too. This is a big rescue effort for them as they're trying to get to these two workers, and so it's a lot. I mean, they're working countless hours on end to try to get to them. And we can also tell you that some of the resources that have been deployed in that area, they're bringing in bottled water for the first responders by a mobile command unit that has been set up in the area. So that donation site is going to be set up if you are in some way wanting to help. I'm sure a lot of you are watching this and you're saying, is there something that I can do to try to help the families through this time, something I can do to help these first responders? They are taking donations of food and water. Think about it. It's cold outside today, too. I mean, it's only 37 degrees right now, so these workers are out there in cold conditions trying to get to these two, and then for the families that are showing up, I'm sure they're coming in just with little at this point, because their thoughts and their minds are with their loved ones. So certainly we are thinking of all of those that are responding to this tragic scene here. That's the latest information that we know at this point. As soon as any new information becomes available throughout the day, if we get word on that second worker, if they are able to get to the two of them, we will make sure to break into our programming right here on WSAZ and on WSAZ.com. For now, we are going to send you back to your regularly scheduled programming, and we'll see you throughout the afternoon and the morning with any new updates that we get.